Okay, so what we're going to do today is something very popular during the warm weather months, and that's grilling. I'm going to do a series on grilling meats and how to properly season them and how to pick the best meats. What we're going to do today is bratwursts. These are butcher shop bratwursts, and you don't have to get them from a butcher shop, although they're usually better quality when you do. But most people, what they do is they buy brats, they clean them, and then they stick them on a grill and hope they're going to thoroughly cook. And a lot of times they turn into bark on the outside, they're pink in the middle, and they don't taste right. Unless somebody who makes the bratwurst really knows what they're doing, a lot of brats you buy in a store are flat. Now, the way I'm going to do these is going to be something very simple to do, and I think you'll find this useful. And I'm going to start on that right now. All right, so what we're going to do is on how to cut an onion. I demonstrate this in my stroganoff video, which the link is right there. And in case you don't go to that link, what you want to do is you want to ring your onion, like so. And you just take your thumbs, punch them out, like so. Then, what we're going to do is a process where we are essentially pickling these as we cook them. And we're going to use a lager beer. Now, the beer that you want to use for this is very important. You do not want to use a Pilsner. You don't want to use a stout. You don't want to use Budweiser. What you want is a lager beer. And the reason is lager is heavier in wheat, and some kind of magic happens when you're cooking the brats in lager beer. It literally pulls the flavors out, and the pork gets a more distinct flavor while it's cooking. And this is all you do. You just push these out, and these will reduce while you're cooking. Now, how much onions you want doesn't matter. I mean, that's a personal preference. I'm going to show you, when these are done, a way to make better use of these onions, because they will be really reduced. So here's what you do. You take your brat, and I always put just not a whole bunch of holes, but a couple. Now, question is, can you do these with sweet Italian sausages? No, you cannot. That sausage is very distinct. It's a little bit stronger, and generally, I can show you how to grill. But you just pour your beer in, like so. Some more onions to throw on there. And like I said, when I'm done cooking these, I will show you something really useful to do with the onions when we're done. So what we're going to do, now we're ready to stovetop this. And you want to do it on a slightly less than medium heat. And you can do it unlidded. If you are going to lid it, make sure it's got a ventilated hole. And we're going to do this for 2 to 2.5 hours. And that's our first step. Okay, 2 hours later, what we're going to do, while we got the grill outside heating up, we are going to get our brats. And what's happened is they have fully cooked in the beer, and they are definitely ready for grilling. Now what we're going to do with these onions, we don't let anything go to waste. So what we're going to do is saute them. And I got this frying pan all set up. We're going to saute them with some butter on a low heat. And that will be the garnish for our brats. And so what you have here is the brats are fully cooked inside and out. So when we brown them on the grill, there will be nothing undone. They will be properly seasoned and the flavor will be incredible. Okay, so we're now transferring our onions to our saute pan. And what I've done is I put about about an eighth of a stick actually of butter to give these onions some flavor. And I am going to lid these in the early stages of sauteing, and then I will take the lid off and let the browning process for our onions to begin. And they will somewhat caramelize on the stovetop. And it helps to use a slotted spoon. Some people I've seen are skilled and can do this with a regular spoon. That's always intrigued me. Okay, and this is what you do with your onions. You kind of disperse them a little bit. And you notice some of our beers in here, and that's fine. I also got some beans cooking. A lot of people like beans with their brats. And this is what you do. And then what we'll do is lid it and do this on a very low heat. And that's how we're going to set our onions up for caramelization. Okay, this is our Broil Master grill. You can do this on any kind of charcoal grill. I like a high temperature. We're up to 500 degrees. And now we're going to start the process of browning. See that beer just dripping out of them? and then we cover. And what's going to happen is the heat, it won't really dry them out, but it will intensify the cooking time, and they will have a more firm exterior to them, so they'll have a little bit of a crunch when you bite into them. And that's what we have. Okay, so now we're ready to check these, and they need flipping, and that's what you want right there. There's a little bit of bark, a little bit of brown. Those to the hot zone. And looking good so far. Alright, this is what a bratwurst should look like. It is totally cooked. It's brown, but I didn't have to char it completely, making it almost inedible. Not only are these things moist, they are juicy. And you talk about flavor, it's here. It's happening. That's how I grill bratwursts. Oh yeah. And that's it. Okay. So our onions have been reduced, and this is exactly what you want as a garnish. And there's that. Okay, so now the moment of truth. This is how you do a broth. And a little bit of the onion garnish. Okay, Tim, why don't you walk around, take a bite of that, tell me what you think. If that's not how you like your brats. Pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm. Really good.
I think you like it. Alrighty. Well, there you have it. And that's our spread. We got the beans right here. That's pretty hot. And my other son, Steve, likes Brussels sprouts. So that's why we have them. And we are ready. All right.